Hello everyone, this is Yamin, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make a responsive navbar in HTML using CSS. So here you can see these are basic HTML structure, and inside the body we are going to mention a tag called nav. Then inside the nav tag we are going to have our logo and our menu option. So first of all let's mention a div. Then inside this div we'll have an anchor tag. Then in this anchor tag we'll have our logo name. So let's say our logo name will be webx. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh over here you can see we have the text over here webx. So right now let's go and write our menu. So for writing our menu we are going to mention the UL tag another list, and inside this UL tag we are going to mention the li tag. Then inside li we'll have a anchor tag. So first of all let me just copy this li tag with anchor tag, and I'm going to paste it 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. So here in the first one we are going to say over here home, then in the second one we are going to say over here services, in the third one we are going to say over here blog, and in the last one we'll just say over here contact. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh over here you can see home, services, blog and contact. So right now let's go and have a background color for our nav. So for it here you can see that inside the nav we have the logo and the menu option. So we are going to write some CSS for this nav tag. So for it here we'll go inside the head tag. Then inside the head tag we'll say over here style. Then inside the style we'll mention the nav tag. We'll say over here nav, then to second bracket, which is this one. Okay. So here inside this nav we are going to say background color. It will be sky blue. For now we'll change the color later, and then we'll say width. It will be 100%, and we'll also say the background color height as well. So background color height will be, let's say, 80 px. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh here you can see the sky blue background color whose height is 80 px and width is 100%. And now there you can see there is some gap over here, white space over here at the top and at the left side. So for it what we'll do is that inside the style we'll give this star sign, then to second bracket, and here we are going to say margin. It will be 0 px. Then we'll say here padding. It will be 0 px. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, there you can see there is no gap. So right now we'll have this home, services, blog and contact on the right side and webx on the left side. So for it first of all let's have the UL on the right side. So inside the UL we have the home, services, blog and contact. So we'll write some CSS for the UL tag. So here inside the style we'll say here UL tag, then to second bracket, and we'll say over here float. It will be right. So everything we have inside the UL tag will move to the right side. So right now if we refresh, there you can see everything is on the right side, and there you can see there is some gap at the top of our this list, and there is no gap for the webx. So right now in order to fix it, what we have to do is that we need to mention float left for the logo option. So for it here you can see that we mention a div for the logo. So inside this div we are going to mention a class, and the class name will be logo. So we'll write some CSS for the class logo. So here we'll say over here dot, since this is a class, then we'll say over here logo, then to second bracket, and here we'll say float. It will be left. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, there you can see it got fixed. Everything is in a single line because both of them is a float, left and right. So right now let's go and design our logo first. So first of all let's go and have some gap at the top and at the left side. So for it here inside this logo we are going to say padding top. It will be, let's say, 25 px. Then we are going to say padding left. It will be 40 px. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, there you can see we have our logo in the middle. Now let's go and remove this underline, and let's also change the logo color and logo size as well. So for it here you can see that inside the anchor tag we have the logo name, and this anchor tag is inside the class logo, right? So here we are going to mention the logo class name, then anchor tag name, then we'll give to second bracket, and here we're going to say text decoration. It will be none. So this line will remove the underline. Then we'll say over here font size, we'll increase the font size of our logo. Let's say it will be 30 px. then font width, it will be bold. We'll make our logo bold, and let's make it bold, and let's also say over here color, it will be white. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh over here, you can see our logo right now looks like this. Now let's go and design our menu option. So first of all, let's go and remove this dot sign before the menu, and let's also have them in a single line, not in a full line. So for it, here you can see that the li tag is inside the ul tag, right? So here we're going to mention the ul tag, then li tag, then we'll give to second bracket, and here we're going to say list style, it will be none. So this will remove the dot before our menu option. So after it, we're going to say display, it will be inline block. So then we'll see everything in a single line. If you now save it, then refresh, there you can see everything is in the single line. Now let's have them in the center, and there should be some gap on the right side and at the top as well. So for it, we'll directly go to the ul tag, and inside this ul tag, we're going to say padding top, it will be 30 px, then padding, it will be padding right side. This time padding right, it will be 40 px. Let's say save, then refresh. Okay, so right now let's remove the underline and change the color and font size. So for it, here you can see that our home text, services text is inside the anchor tag is inside the li tag, and li tag is inside the ul tag. So here we are going to say over here ul li, then anchor tag, then to second bracket, and here we'll say again text decoration, it will be none. This will remove the underline. We'll say over here color will be white, then we're going to say over here padding right, it will be, let's say 15 px, and we'll say over here the text font size will be 18 px, and the text will be bold. So we'll say over here font weight, it will be bold. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh, so our basic design is done. So right now we'll add a menu bar over here, so that when our skin width is smaller than certain width, we'll show the menu bar, and if we click on the menu bar, it will show us all the option, those home, service, block, and contact. So for it, first of all, let's go back to our code, and here after this div, our logo div, we are going to mention a input field. Let's say input field, input type will be checkbox. Then okay, let's just save it now, and let me just refresh over here, and let me just zoom in. Here you can see we have the checkbox over here. So right now what we'll do is that we will search for font awesome CDN link in WC school. So here we'll say font awesome CDN W3 school. If you just search this, and if you just go to the first link, W3 school font awesome intro, and here you will see this link over here. You can just copy this, or you can also copy this, both of them are same, and I'll also give this in the description or in the comment as well. So let me just copy this, and I'll paste it inside our head section, okay, after the title. So here I'll paste the link, serial link of font awesome. So right now after the input type checkbox, we'll say over here, let's say label, and inside this label we'll have a icon. And inside this icon we're going to mention a class will be fa, then birds. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh over here, you can see we have a icon over here. Let me just zoom in. Here you can see the icon. So right now what we want is that if you click on this icon, this checkbox will be checked. So for it, what we have to do is that here in the input type checkbox, here we are going to say over here ID. Let's say its name will be menu bar, and here in the label we are going to say for, and then we'll just write this ID menu bar inside this for. So this will connect our icon with the input type checkbox. So right now, because we have the ID over here and for equal to menu bar, the same thing, that's why. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh, then if we click on it, if we just click on it, here you can see it get checked. We can also check it like this or like this. So right now let's have our this menu bar on the right side. So for it, what we have to do is that we're going to mention a class for this level. Let's say over here class, and let's say class name will be icon bar. So right now we'll have this icon bar on the right side. So we'll say over here for this icon float right. So let me just copy this name icon bar, and we'll go inside the style again. Then we'll give a dot over here, say icon bar to second bracket, and we'll say over here float, it will be right. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, here you can see we have the icon bar over here. So right now let's add some padding at the top and at the right side. And so here we're going to say padding top, it will be 30 px, then padding right, it will be 40 px. And let's also increase the bar height. So we see over here font size, it will be 30 px. And let's also see over here color, it will be white. So right now save it and then refresh here, and there you can see right now it looks proper. So right now let's go and hide this menu bar and also this checkbox, because we only need to see this icon bar when our skin width is smaller than a certain width. So right now here we have the ID menu bar. First of all, let's go and hide this checkbox. So here for the input type checkbox, we have ID menu bar. So for ID, we need to give hash. Then we'll see over here menu bar, and we'll see over here display. It will be none. So right now, if we save it, then if we refresh, this will be gone. If we refresh, here you can see it is not over here. So we are going to do the same for this icon bar as well. So here in the icon bar, we'll go to icon bar, and here we'll again say display none. Save it, then refresh, and there you can see the icon bar is not here. So right now what we'll do is that whenever our skin width is smaller than a certain width, the icon bar will appear. Let's say when our skin width is smaller than, let's say 700, the icon bar will appear. But before that, let's go and set a background image for our web page. So for it, what we are going to do is that here inside the style, we're going to say over here body, then to second bracket, and here we are going to say, let's say background image URL to first bracket to single quotation, and we have a image t.jpg over here. We say over here t.jpg. Then we are going to say, if we now save it, then if we now refresh, we have the image over here, but the image is not showing us properly. So right now here we are going to say background attachment, it will be fixed, then background repeat, it will be no repeat, and then we'll say background size, it will be 100% height and 100% width. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, okay, we have the proper image over here. So right now when our skin width is smaller than, let's say 700, we will show the menu bar. So for it, we are going to write the code. So right now what we will do is that for the skin width, we are going to mention a function called media over here at the rate of media. Then we'll give to first bracket, and here inside this we are going to say max width clone, and we are going to mention the width. Let's say not 700, let's say 750 px. So we are mentioning over here that when the skin width is less than 750 px, we are going to change some CSS over here. So first of all, when the skin width is less than 750 px, we want to show the icon bar. So for it, here we said icon bar display none. So for the icon bar, right now we are going to say display block. So this time when the skin width is less than 750 px, the icon bar will show. Here you can see that, here you can notice the skin width. So right now if I make it smaller, and when the skin width is less than 750 px, here you can see the icon bar appeared over here. So when the icon bar appear over here, we do not need to see this home, service, block and contact option over here. So for it, what we are going to do is that we are going to write some CSS for our UL tag, which is this one. For this we are going to write some CSS. So here we are going to say UL, then to second bracket, and so inside this UL we'll say position, it will be fixed, then we'll say top, it will be 80 px. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh over here, you can see that our option is over here, all the option when our skin width is less than 750 px. So right now let's make it in the center first. So for it, and here we are going to say text align, it will be center. And again, after text align center, we'll also mention the width, it will be 100%. So right now, if we save it, then if we now refresh, you can see that it came in the center. So right now, instead of have them in a single line, let's have them in a 4 line. So for it, we are going to write some CSS for the li tag. So we our here ul, then li. Then we'll give to second bracket, and inside it, we are going to say our here display, it will be block. And if we now save it, then if we just refresh our browser, here you can see everything is in 4 line. Now let's add some padding. Let's say our here padding, it will be 15 px, then save, then refresh here. There you can see there is some gap. So right now let's have a background color for our option. So for it, what we'll do is that we'll go inside the ul tag, and inside the ul tag we'll say our here background color, it will be, let's say, gray. You can choose any color. So right now if we refresh, there you can see we have the background color over here. Now let's go and add a hover effect. So for it, we are going to say over here ul, then li. We are going to say over here hover to first bracket, and here let's say on hover the background color will change and the color will become, let's say, black. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh and if we click on the option, here you can see it become black. Okay, so right now let's go and change the background color for our navbar. Over here it is sky blue, let's make it black. I think that will make it look better. So here in the navbar background color, we are going to show over here black. Save, then refresh. Okay, so I think this looks better. So right now what we want is that this option will appear only when we click on this icon bar or menu bar, right? So first of all, let's go and hide this. So for it, what we'll do is that here we'll go inside the ul tag, and here we are going to say left, it will be -100%. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh here you can see it is on the left side. You cannot actually see it, there is some gray over here. So let's just say over here 120%, save, then refresh. Okay, this is gone. So right now here for this menu bar, let me just show you. Here you can see that we mention a input type checkbox id equal to menu bar, and this checkbox is connected with our icon bar. So what we are going to do is that whenever someone click on this menu bar, it means the input field will be checked, then we will change the ul left from -120 to 0 px. So here you can see that input type checkbox id menu bar, right? So let me just copy this id menu bar, and inside the max media max width 750 function, we are going to give hash. Since this is id, then we'll say menu bar, then we'll give this clone, and we are going to say over here checked, then this sign, then we'll say over here ul, and we'll give to second bracket, and here we are going to say left, it will be 0 px. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, here you can see there is at the beginning there is the menu option over here, and if you click on it, here you can see those menu option appear, and if you click again they disappear. So let's add a transition over here, transition, let's say transition on second all is. So if we save it, then if we refresh now, it will appear slowly. Here you can see it appear slowly, right? So this is how you can make a responsive navbar in HTML using CSS. I tried to make this as simple as possible. I hope you understand everything clearly. I tried to explain everything, and if you like this video, then please subscribe this channel. I will actually appreciate it. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next tutorial.